they dog they ass. My goodness, is if we didn't already know that this is fake news media. It takes a kid to have to stand up with the courage to not only give an articulate, loaded with nothing but facts question to destroy, absolutely put them in the corner, body slam them, fake news media, demonic, self-lofting ass wipes of fake news media and social media for a kid to tell them the truth and tell it how it is. And he did it in such elegance to the fact where the guy displayed the art of deception and went on to a Kamala Harris tantrum of just nothingness words, danced around the whole question without even answering, and then had the nerve to say, I'll talk to you. No, mother. Boop. Man, shout out to this kid, man. The college student, he was a freshman. His name is Christopher Phelps. I'm about to show you the video. Basically, they were at the University of Chicago. They did a summit, and it was called Disinformation and the Erosion of Democracy. We're in a republic. I'll digress on that, but whatever. If anything, we know fake news media and social media, big tech platforms are all in bed with the Democratic cabal. They are all in cahoots in controlling the narrative, and they are the ones, they are the corporates of putting out misinformation and disinformation in this society. And because of the political climate that we're in, they put on this summit, and they had several different media outlets, one of them which was the Atlantic, and then you had Mr. Potato Head, Brian Stelter, or whatever his last name is, of CNN. Boy, did these college students drag them with straight facts and articulate questions. So shout out to them. Let's go right into it. I'm going to give you the breakdown. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to play it from a tweet from the Chicago Thinker. Check it out.
Let's take a...
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you for doing this. Really appreciate it. I'm Daniel Schmidt. I'm a freshman at the University of Chicago. My question is for Ms. Applebaum. So in 2020, you wrote, those who live outside the Fox News bubble do not, of course, need to learn any of the stuff about Hunter Biden, referring to his laptop, of course. A poll later after that found that if voters knew about the content of the laptop, 16% of Joe Biden voters would have acted differently. Now,
boy dropped facts on him. The boy just dropped facts on him. And this lady is a piece of S-H. This Applebaum, her response is ridiculous. I mean, I cannot believe she just evaded the question and was made, oh, it ain't that important. But it just makes you think, like, how important it is to get information out to people and how they block it to control so that they can steal electric slides. You guys know the electric slide? Yeah, that one. Well, the one they got Sleepy Joe in there. Yeah, I don't think that it was that important. I'll digress. I'll let him finish.
Of course, we know a few weeks ago, the New York Times confirmed that the content is real. Do you think the media acted inappropriately when...
We know what we're talking about, right? We're talking about the crackhead, Hunter Biden. The crackhead, you know, all that stuff he had on his laptop, the text messages, when he said, don't be charging me those Hennessy prices, I ain't gonna say it. When
they instantly dismissed Hunter Biden's laptop as Russian disinformation, and what can we learn from that in ensuring that what we label as disinformation is truly disinformation and not reality?
My problem with Hunter Biden's laptop is I think it's totally irrelevant.
It's totally irrelevant? What? If this was Trump's son, Trump Jr., do you not know that a media will be all over it, playing it like a broken record? This is how we know that these people are a part of the Democratic cabal. This lady can't even be honest at a summit that is for disinformation. They are the problem. They are the reason why any democracy would be at risk. Any type of erosion of a democracy is because of these people.
I mean, it's not whether it's disinformation or, I mean, I don't think the Hunter Biden's business relationships have anything to do with who should be president of the United States. So,
you don't think so? You don't think it's relevant? I mean, right now we have propaganda going on centered around Russia and Ukraine. None of us know what's going on. But yeah, you guys drill it down our throats that we're supposed to be supporting one particular, while his laptop is in. Connect the dots, people, that these people have done business deals. There's corruption. Their hands are knee deep in shit with this whole Russian Ukraine. And you say, I don't think it's that important. She is that much of a bobblehead for the Democratic cabal regime. You can't make this shit up.
I don't find it to be interesting. I mean, that would be my problem with that as a major news story.
We're going to talk about more of this tomorrow in our first panel. So.
Yeah. Basically, I'm not interested. Yeah, but if it was Trump or anybody on the right, any Republican or conservative, you'll be all over it. I'll digress. Let's move on to the next one. This one, my friends, he absolutely destroys these people, man. He brings up, he articulates this question so well and just literally body slams Brian Stelter, Mr. Potato Head of CNN, and he did nothing but put on a display of the art of deception and deflect. He deflected. He didn't want to take any type of responsibility. Let's look.
Hi, thank you for coming. My name is Christopher Phillips. I'm a first year at the college. My question is for Mr. Stelter. You've all spoken extensively about Fox News being a purveyor of disinformation, but CNN is right up there with them. They pushed the Russian collusion hoax. They pushed the Jussie Smollett hoax. They smeared Justice Kavanaugh as a rapist, and they also smeared Nick Sandmann as a white supremacist.
Tell me where he was wrong so far just in that question. Did he not just list out literally facts? Jussie Smollett was a hoax. I would have even said, man, he should have added the Bubba Wallace one in there, the washed-up NASCAR driver. That was a hoax too. He dropped it. Nick Sandmann sued the hell out of CNN. Large settlement. And I believe Kyle Rittenhouse has one too coming down the pipeline. Can't wait to see the outcome. Tell me where he was wrong in the comments of all those facts he just listed.
And yes, they dismissed the Hunter Biden laptop affair as pure Russian disinformation.
You know what he's talking about, right? Them text messages where you'll do a mental backflip in your head trying to figure out what he's talking about with the lawyer. Talking about don't charge me those Hennessy prices, my nit. I'll digress.
Mainstream corporate journalists becoming little more than apologists and cheerleaders for the regime. Is it time to finally declare that the canon of journalistic ethics is dead or no longer operative? All the mistakes of the mainstream media and CNN in particular seem to magically all go in one direction. Are we expected to believe that this is all just some sort of random coincidence? Or
it's not a coincidence, my friend, Mr. Young Man. You are the future. It is not a coincidence. They sit on their high horse chairs. They sit up on these chairs and they snub their nose at everybody while lying and pushing real misinformation and disinformation and don't take any responsibility. They know they're committing journalistic malpractice. They know they are. They know they're lying. They know they're not playing fair. They are evil. They are truly what Trump said, fake news media. And they will never take responsibility. And it is not a coincidence that they somehow play like they're all the almighty and they're always right and there never could be wrong.
is there something else behind it?
It's too bad. It's time for lunch.
You have 30
No. He meant that. Oh, no. It's time for lunch. Just no, there is a 30 seconds because that shit got his ass sweating high blood pressure right out of his damn pores.
seconds.
No, I mean,
Brian.
there's a clock that says 30 seconds. But I think my honest answer to you, and I'll come over and talk in more detail after this, is that I think you're describing a different channel than the one that I watch. But I understand that is a popular right-wing narrative about CNN. I
cannot believe he just deflected and said this is a popular talking point for right-wing narrative. No, it's not, dude. He just listed to you facts. The laptop, Jussie Smollett, Justice Kavanaugh, Nick Sandmann. These are facts, and you guys still have not taken ownership.
It's important when we talk about shared reality and democracy. All these networks, all these news outlets have to defend democracy. And when they screw up, admit it. But
they don't admit it. But here's his deflection. He's going to pull a Kamala Harris and just start talking in circles about nothing. that even pertains or matters to the boy's question.
When Benjamin Hall, the Fox correspondent, was wounded in Ukraine, the news crews at CNN and the New York Times stopped what they were doing, and they tried to help. They tried to help him get out of the country. They tried to find the dead crew members. That's what news outlets do. That's how they actually do work together, to your question about sharing those kinds of connections and trust. We don't talk about it enough, though. We don't share that reality about how.
Can anybody else explain to me what he's talking about and how that pertains to the boy's question? This is a high-level journalist at a summit that is made for talking about disinformation in social media and media, and he can't even answer the kid's question. The question was so good and full of facts. He's literally up there sweating high blood pressure out of his damn pores, man.
How that happens. And with regards to the regime, I think you mean the President Biden. The last time I spoke with a Biden aide, we yelled at each other. So that's the reality of the news business that people don't see, that people don't hear. They imagine that it's a situation that simply is not. But I think your question, it speaks to the failure of journalism to show.
That's enough, man. I heard enough. If you want to see it, you can look up the video. It's all over YouTube. At the end of the day, someone has to pay for all the wrongdoing today. Someone needs to be put in a meat grinder for pushing all this fake media, the fake news and deflection, and trying to kill and bury real journalistic work of finding information, real watchdogs of the government. Someone has to pay the price and be put into a meat grinder for the shit that they have done and how they have pushed so much misleading things to the American people. It's so upsetting and it pisses me off. With that being said, man, put in the comments what you think about this. If you've seen the video in its entirety, did the boys have some legitimate questions? Did they not put them in their place and really highlight and show to us what we already know about these media outlets and what social media has done with this regime? He doesn't like the fact that the boy called it a regime. I think if I would have continued to play with it. No, he did. He spoke on it. Put it in the comments, though. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. All I do is tell the truth and tell it how it is. I don't care what nobody thinks. I'm a true American that loves this country. I'm going to keep calling these asses out. With that being said, your boy Craig Long 45 is out. Peace.
Yeah, oi.